Chapter 15. The Unbreakables. It's bad enough when two friends fight. It's even worse when three friends pick on a fourth. Joe and John were best friends. "Be quiet," said Joe. "You be quiet," said John. Rhondy and Allison were best friends. "May I borrow a pencil?" asked Allison. "Here, stick it up your nose," said Rhondy. Maybe it was because they were worried and anxious about the cloud of doom looming above them. Maybe it was because their fingernails and toenails were growing too fast. But whatever the reason, the longer everyone spent beneath the cloud, the crabbier they got. Mauricia, Joy, Dee and Ron were more than just best friends forever. Their friendship was so strong, they called themselves the Unbreakables. Every morning they met before school by the flagpole. They had a special four-handed handshake. Each would hold out one hand and they'd lock thumbs to pinkies. Then they'd raise and lower their hands 3 times and shout, "Unbreakable!" The lunch bell kaboinked 4 times and the Unbreakables headed down the stairs together. "I wonder what we're having today," Dee said. "Didn't you count the kaboinks?" asked Mauricia. "Spaghetti and feet balls," said Joy. "Oh, I like those," said Dee. "You would," said Ron. "They smell as bad as your feet." He held his nose. "My feet don't stink," said Dee. Joy held her nose too and said, "Not to you, but to everyone else." Mauricia and Ron laughed. They entered the cafeteria. Dee took a tray and pushed it to Miss Mush. The lunch teacher handed her a plate of spaghetti topped with a foot-shaped meat patty. Dee set the plate on her tray next to her history book. She was careful not to spill any feet sauce. Her half-finished homework was folded inside the book. It was due after lunch. She sat down with the others at one of the long tables. She cut off a piece of a feet ball, swished it around in the sauce, and ate it. "You eat the heel first?" asked Mauricia. "So, what's wrong with that?" asked Dee. "It's gross," said Ron. "You're supposed to start with the toes." "Who says?" "It's just how it's done," said Joy. "Ask anyone." "You don't know everything," Dee said angrily as she shook her fork at her friends. A bit of sauce dropped on her paper. "Now look at what you did," she accused them. "You did it to yourself," said Joy. Dee tried to wipe it up with her napkin, but that only made it worse. "Now I have to start all over," she complained. Dee remained in the cafeteria long after her friends left to go play. She still had one question to answer and one last toe to eat. It didn't seem fair that her friends were outside playing while she was stuck inside. "Rotten Ron," she muttered. "Rotten Mauricia. Rotten Joy. They're the ones with the stinky feet." When at last she finished, she put her dishes in the dish tray and dumped her trash. She hurried out of the lunchroom and down the stairs. Once outside, she saw them playing 3 square and wasn't sure if she even wanted to join them. Suddenly, her face filled with horror. "Oh, no!" she called out, and then pulled her hair with both hands. She didn't have her homework or her history book. She turned and ran back into the building. Miss Mush and Mr. Pepper-Adder were busy wiping the counter with dish rags when Dee came rushing up to them. "Hi, Dee. Did you want seconds?" Miss Mush asked hopefully. "We put everything away, but I'd be happy to heat up another plate." Out of breath, Dee explained about her book and homework. Neither Miss Mush nor Mr. Pepper-Adder remembered seeing it. "And I've already dumped all the trash," said Mr. Pepper-Adder. There were 4 large dumpsters in the back of Wayside School. A pair of feet was sticking up out of one of them. Upside down, buried in the trash, Dee tried to read every wrinkled and soggy piece of paper as she dug through half-eaten feet balls, strands of spaghetti, dripping milk cartons, apple cores, pickle slices, and who knows what else. "It's impossible! There's no way!" she cried. Then, just when all hope seemed lost, a noise came from somewhere deep inside the dumpster next to hers. "Found it!" called Ron. Rustling sounds could be heard from inside the other two dumpsters as well. "Hooray!" cheered Mauricia. "Wow, what a relief!" shouted Joy. Yes, there were 6 other feet sticking up from the dumpsters. They were the Unbreakables. Not even the cloud of doom could destroy their friendship. But that was only the first test. The ultimate test was still to come.